Hello and welcome to another video on Power BI beginner tutorial series, and in today's video we are going to discuss one Power Query function, list dot replace value. So let's look at the definition of list dot replace value, what all arguments it can take. So list dot replace value, a Power Query function, it can take four arguments. First one is list. So I'm doing a list operation, so I need to give an input list. So that's the first argument. Then the old value, the value I want to replace, and then the new value, the value with which I want to replace it, and then the replacer function. Replacer function could be text or could be a value. So I want to do a replacer dot replace text or replacer dot replace value. That's what I can do. So here one example has been given, replacer dot replace value. A list has been given, a text list, and small a has been replaced with a capital A, means case sensitivity is there, and it's converted into a list with all A's. So let's go ahead and try this out. So we are going to go to Power BI, and in Power BI, under the home tab, we have transform data, and there we again have transform data, which will take us to Power Query, where we are going to do this operation. Now let's click on the new source under the home tab and click on blank query. Once you get the blank query, you can double click on it or right click, rename, and rename it. So I'm going to rename is replace value. Now either I right click and open an advanced editor, or under the home tab I have option advanced editor, I can use that. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a list. So let's give a text list here. So we say A, we say B, we say C, we say D, and then we'll say double A, we say A, B, C. Okay, so we got a list like that. So source is source is getting a list, and we are returning source, so it should return a list to us, and we say done, and then we get this replace value. If you remember, initially it created as a text, now it is a list, and it is giving us a conversion option of this list into a table also. But that's what we don't want. We want to have more operations. So we go under the home tab and click on advanced editor. Right now my this table is clicked, and I click on the advanced editor, then the advanced editor of that particular table or query, what we call, will open. Now let's give a comma here, and in the next line we want to do operation underscore replace underscore value. I don't want to give a space here. If I want to give a space, double quote and hash, and inside the double quote I need to give. So I'm not giving a space right now. Now I want to do a list dot replace value operation here. So I type it list dot replace value. I can double click and select this. Now here the first argument which I supposed to give, and it is suggesting me, is the list. I need to give source, and the name should be exactly same. You can copy paste if you want. I want to replace A with small a with what? I want to replace it with capital A, and then I want a replacer dot replace function. So I need to type replacer. I am getting options replacer dot replace text, replacer dot replace value. I'm going to take replacer dot replace text, and I'm going to say source is returning. Right now I don't want to return the source. I want to return the in. In means what you are finally wanted to give as an input to what you are going to see in Power Query. So I'm going to say want to see that replace value. So let me give that and press done. Now you see all the A has been converted, and now it is not that A is only A. It contains basically. So it contained 2A, both get replaced. It contained 1A. Now does it happen like if I give it as a capital A and I try to make it as a small a, does it happen? It doesn't. It's a case sensitive. Now small a, can I replace it with, let's say, BCF? BDF, I replaced it. So I can replace one single value with double value. Let's say I only want to replace AA. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Only this one got replaced. There were two A's. So in this manner we can work. Now we want to test whether we can work with numbers or not, because we might get a numeric data also. So let's do this. So let's get a new source. We say blank query, and this source we are going to call replace value 1. Now again, advanced editor, right click, I have use this time, and this time I'm not going to go the longer path. I'm going to go to smaller path, replacer dot list dot replace value, and I'm going to give a list 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 1 comma 6 comma 7 comma 8. I can give 10 also, it's just not a, and then I say replace 1 with, let's say, 9. I have not given 9 in the list, and replacer dot replace value, this time we are going to use, so it should give me a list directly replaced with 9 for wherever places I have 1. Okay, so I got a list in the source. In the in, I'm saying source, so I should get whatever there is in the source, and you say there was a 9 here and we don't have a 9 here, and there was another there was a 1 here and it is 9 here, there was another one after 4, it became 9, and so there are two elements which got replaced, 1 as 9. If I, let's say, make 10, and this is number, so that's why I kept 10 1 0. It's not going to replace unless it becomes 1. So that's not like here in case of a number, it's the number value. Okay, so that's difference, you should also remember. Okay, now what happens if I need it for a column? Let's say a column, let's say I have this data table, and in this data table I have this 3 1 3 5 and 7. Let's say I want to replace this 5 with something. So how should I do that? So I definitely I want to get a new list, that's not a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this thing copied as is, and I'm going to comma enter. I'm going to do source 1 equals to list dot replace value data a1 comma replace 5 with 8 and replacer dot replace value, because that's the numeric value. So because it is numeric value, I'm giving another numeric value, and instead of source I'm going to return source 1. So source is there, it's getting created, it's not happening anything. We just taken the another source, we even not referring to that one, and just done some other operation and taken it out. Okay, so let's look what does replacer dot replace value gives now. False. What happened? Advanced editor, say done. Something is wrong here, let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, because of this the problem is happening. Now list dot replace, copy paste problem. So we got 1 3 8 and 7. So we need to return 1 because that was a comparison which was happening. Now source is equal to list, that's a comparison which is happening. Source is a list and then there is a replace list, we were comparing those two, are they equal or not, so it was returning false. Okay, so that's a comparison which was happening, that's why it was returning false. We have corrected this, now we got the list. So this is what you have in list dot replace. So go ahead and try this out. Do let me know what else you want me to cover in this particular series. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you.